founders and chief operating officer for the Stafford Boxing Club Incorporated, our nonprofit organization, which is a yearly mentoring program for at-risk youth in the community.
So we will be able to teach financial literacy, communication, discipline, decision making, as well as campaigning for a premium education.
These are the foundation for the Stafford Boxing Club, these 20 mentees in our program here at Panola Way Elementary School. 20 years from now, Stafford Boxing mentees will be known across the world.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Glad to have you all here today.
Man, I'm just vibing right now.
I was just about to say
I'm
that.
just vibing right
His
now.
own little beat in his head. You know how it goes sometimes. I catch myself doing the same thing.
For real, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm vibing, man, God, you've been so amazing, so
Kind of gives you some chills.
Lord Jesus. Yes,
I like
Lord.
those type of chills.
For real, especially when they're coming from the Lord. For real, man. What's
Facts.
up, babe?
Nothing much.
You looking
Just,
good. You looking player down with the Stafford Boxing gear.
Just enjoying the time.
Hold up. You know what? I forgot to let everybody know who I am.
I was gonna do it, but I thought we were just doing something
Just
different.
vibing.
Yeah.
No, I'm Stafford there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, for real. You feel me?
And I'm the lady, Stafford.
Yeah, you know what it is, Stafford Boxing.
The making of champions, always.
Well, baby, we got another episode today. And I think it's going to be a good one. I'm really excited about April 23rd, 2023, when Ryan Garcia and Javante Davis get the duking it out.
Yeah, I watched.
It's going down, you know what I'm talking about?
Going on too. That's going to be very interesting.
Yes.
But it's going to end up in a knockout, though.
Who you going for?
I have to go with Tank. I would say that maybe between the first.
The first?
No, the.
Man,
I would say.
Give that boy a little bit more credit, man.
I'm talking about for Tank.
Yeah, well, I'm
talking about a knockout.
I know.
He's going to knock it out, but I know he's not going to do it like that. So that's why I changed it. I'm not saying that Ryan is going to knock Tank out.
No. I'm saying
Tank is going to knock Ryan
I know,
out.
but I'm saying give Ryan a little bit credit. I mean, he
I mean, don't look.
I give him.
I do give him credit, but I'm just saying that how he is. And that tension that's going on between them, which is great tension because that's going to make it even more entertaining. So I changed it. I was like,
So at first
I was going to go to the. No, are you not listening to me? Men, can I just say something to you all real quick? Listen and hear and open up your ears. I was saying that I was going to say the first, but I know that's not going to happen. So then I was going to change it and say between the 5th and maybe the 7th. That's what I was going to say. That's my personal opinion. Because I think Tank really wants to just do what he got to do and what he's going to do and what he always does.
I hope that it be a very entertaining fight.
It is going to be an entertaining fight, believe me.
And
they know what they're doing.
And the reason why I say that is because for Ryan, this is his first time being on this type of platform. Tank been doing this for a minute. And
a lot more experience.
Yeah, he's a lot more experienced. Like it's a different ball game. And you got little league, you got minor league, you got JUCO, you got Division I, then you got the major, then you got the superstar. This what this is. This superstar level right here.
It is.
It's superstar.
But Ryan wants it bad. He's wanted it bad for a long time.
And I don't know why he didn't do a tune-up fight before.
Well, I told you Oscar had told him to have one.
He ain't listen.
for
He ain't listen.
Tank,
He ain't
but
listen.
he's not listening. And that, I would have told him to do the same thing.
Tank did it.
Well, hey, sometimes hard head, soft tail. You have to learn the hard way.
But I got Javonte Tank Davis.
But I do give Ryan some. I give him some room.
Man, I'm Team Davis, man. No cap. No disrespect to you, Ryan, because we might cross paths one day.
But I do like Ryan too.
I like you though, bro. But
I like him.
We're not in that one, bro.
But
we're going
Tank
with Tank.
has it all the way.
Now I ain't gonna lie, Ryan, he got speed. He got a good left hook. He's a little bit taller than Javonte. He got a lot of tangible things, but it's
we did a podcast where we were talking about the different fighters, and we did talk about Ryan and Tank, their fighting style. So if you all want to go back and listen to that, that would be totally great. Y'all could be put up on game and all that other good stuff.
So today of this podcast show is what does it take to be a boxer? I mean, everybody wants to be a boxer. Some people train hard. Some people don't train hard. Some people have aspirations. Some people don't have aspirations. But we know what it takes to be a boxer. And I don't think everybody is truly cut out for it. We live in a different era where people are wanting likes, on social media.
Yeah.
They want followers. Yes, you can use your followers for marketing and you can use it for contract negotiations, but it doesn't substitute the hard work and dedication and discipline and sacrifice that one must have to be the ultimate fighter.
It all starts in the mind.
It starts in the mind.
And what you say to yourself.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts. So, Adrian Bronner, his fight got canceled.
I know.
I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see Adrian Bronner back in the ring. And Adrian, you one of the realest out there, my boy, for real. And how you talked about how, your wife, your kids, you done lost all that. A lot of people ain't going to say that on social media, bro. And you giving people an opportunity to see the ups and downs and just the reality of making, certain type of choices that can affect your life. But we rooting for you, bro, because we definitely want to see you back in the ring fighting, bro, because you are a good fighter. And had you, dodged some of these those past fighters that you fought and lost, you could be undefeated fighter, no cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Adrian Bronner, because Adrian Bronner was fighting like the real fighters. He wasn't, ducking and dodging like some of these fighters are, protecting their records. And like what's my man name? What's my man name? Rick Glazer called them tomato cans. Yeah, for real.
I mean, it just is what it is. And I think sometimes a lot of boxers just lose that passion, especially after they get the money. Or sometimes they might just be tapped out sometimes, because it's a lot that does go into it, especially. It's just like the basketball player. Like a lot of the basketball players, they have to go through that training and go to camp, and then on their own they have to be disciplined to go to the gym. Like Kobe Bryant was always in the gym.
Mama mentality.
So I know he went several times during the day.
3.
In the going to the gym on his own. So it takes a toll from, on your body. So then when you see some of the basketball players and they retire, they're not as great a shape as they used to be, because they had to do all that training
for a living.
So they're like, you know what, I need a break. And sometimes that happens, or maybe a boxer may have gotten hurt and injured, which there have been, unfortunately, some stories on boxers.
The only person that I really kind of feel like they keep in somewhat shape is Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
He looks good, and he's still running, he's still training. And I think that him being incarcerated before helped him become disciplined. And that's one of the key ingredients to become a great fighter, is that you got to have disciplines. And oftentimes people get that characteristic in unfortunate places. Some people get it in, incarceration. Some people get it, through a family structure. Some people get it from your neighborhood where you grew up from and you observing stuff. Some people may get it from their teacher, their parents, whatever. However you obtain that important characteristic of being a disciplined person, bro. It's very important, bro. Like what you see right here is because we discipline. We don't do certain things. We live a certain lifestyle. We don't eat certain things. We just discipline ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We discipline our time. And that's what makes us unique in our own right. The Stafford boxing, for real. Team Stafford, no cap. We here. We doing this. But anyway, moving along, we want to talk about this man right here. You see that man right here?
Facts.
His name is Cuss D'Amato, man. And this man here is, you know what?
You just be jumping around. You start talking about one thing and then you change switches.
I know, baby,
else.
because
you got a lot going on.
I really do. I really do. And you know what? It's some good things, some great things. But let me just give Cuss some shine again.
Go ahead.
So me and Sheila, we are truly inspired by Cuss D'Amato. Like we're not just saying it. We're not doing this for clout. We actually really mean this, and we have read a whole bunch of books about him. And what really stands out to us about Cuss D'Amato is how he embraced kids that were from the hood, and he invited them into his mansion. He had a 14-bedroom mansion, him and Camilla. And so he will bring, these guys in. Some of them may not be fighters, you know what I mean? But he will bring them into his home. And I kind of really gravitated towards that because growing up, I've been in foster homes, group homes, and I know a lot of people may not believe me or think that I come from that type of background, but
I don't believe you.
I have, you know what I'm saying? Am I proud of it? I don't know. It was just something that I had to go through. Is it something that I would want to go through again? No, absolutely no. But there was a lot of valuable experience that I learned going through that process. But Cuss D'Amato, man, he really inspired me and Sheila to become like apprentice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was very passionate about his kids.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only that though, he read books a lot, and just the way that
he was very smart.
Yeah,
most people really slipped on him because of how he looked, or certain things that he did, certain things that he may have said, and they just didn't realize who they had when he was here. And they had the opportunity to talk to him. I
ain't gonna lie, I wish I had an opportunity just to talk to him, just to be in his presence, just to be able to meet him. Like reading about him is one thing, but having the opportunity to meet him in the flesh is something that I wish I could have, had an opportunity. But with all great people, they leave behind a legacy, and his legacy has impacted myself and Sheila tremendously. And through the Stafford Boxing Club, that's what we want to do. We want to emulate what Cuss was doing. And one of the things about Cuss that he was so passionate about was making these fighters mentally strong. And so we believe that in our community, in the African American community, that our youth are not mentally strong. You know what I mean? And it's because of a lot of things. But what we want to do with the kids that are in our program, we want to make them mentally strong. We also want to make them good people, though.
Yeah.
Man, my boy, you know what? We had went to Alabama, Selma, Alabama, and I met this guy named Keith, and he has a few nonprofits. He's been doing it, I think he said, about 15 years. And so he said that, through his program, he's seen some kids go off to college, make a lot of money, etc. But he said that they wasn't good people, though. And that stuck with me. and we was on the charter bus as we were going to Selma, Alabama, from Atlanta to Alabama, and we were just talking. And man, he was just, once he said that, I really felt the Spirit of God just speaking through that boy, just telling me, hey man, you make sure these kids become good people. Yes, they will go on to be successful. And then Keith kept it $1. He told me, he said, some of the kids, they may not make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the reality. And then he told me and my wife, he said, don't y'all overwhelm yourself with things that God has not called you, because therefore you'll be operating outside of your callings and your gift. Because when people see how effective you are in doing what you do, then they'll say, hey, won't you do this? Where you do, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to tell you no.
It's okay to say no. Sometimes no will save your life.
For real. We're going to say no. And we don't have a problem with saying no. And going back to custom motto, and like I say, this book right here, it may be thin, but it is so
valuable
powerful, man. It just, and I read this about 3 times, and I'm trying to become a master of this, this material, because it affects the mind. And not only does it affects my mind in terms of how I want to see our boxers, because we will have a few boxers that will come under our brand as well. But understanding how Cuss thinking was is going to help me navigate on what I'm looking for in terms of these boxers that will come under the Stafford Boxing brand. But as far as our Stafford Boxing Club, where a mentoring program where we use the sport of boxing to mentor these kids, I'm implementing toughness. So one of the things that we're doing now is that I'm teaching the kids that when they come up against something that's challenging in their schoolwork, from a mental standpoint, this is what you do. That's what you do. You give them a 2-piece and a biscuit, and it's working. Because
or a 2-1-2.
A 2-1-2.
That's a jab and a cross and a jab.
See what I'm saying? If you don't know about that custom motto, you feel what I'm saying, that number system, you feel me, serious. But we teaching these kids to fight, man, because it's so much going on through cyber bullying, where the kids will get caught up in this, in all this cyber network. And it's crazy how when the kids start receiving that negativity from what's going on online, they're not mentally strong to be able to, like, man, that's really not a reality, bro. That's not reality. That cyber stuff. That's, you know what I'm saying? But they don't understand the difference. But that's when Stafford and Sheila and the Stafford Boxing Club, we come in and say, hey man, look, bro, you need to tighten up, man. For real, bro. And we made some stipulations with some of our members. If you don't go to tutorial, you're out of here. If you don't go to tutorial, you're out of here. Miss Kenzie staying after school, driving you home, so you don't have to worry about getting to the house. You just got to put in the work. And that's what you will do. You will put in work, and you know who you are.
And shout out to Miss KP.
Miss KP.
Miss Norris.
Miss Norris, Miss Walker.
Yeah.
Man, Dr. Stigall. For real, over at Panola Way Elementary School in Lithonia, Georgia. Shout out to Truist Bank, our premier sponsor, and RX Water. For real, we pushing P for premium, you feel me? But anyway, let's stick to Cuss, man. And so
Character of a champion.
So the title of this podcast show is What Does It Take to Be a Boxer? And from our perspective, we have the vision, or let me say this, we look through the material from Cuss. So as we looking through his, like glasses, we kind of seeing what it takes to really be a boxer. And I just think like Floyd Money Mayweather, he's done a phenomenal job in terms of, marketing the sport of boxing, and he's making guys focus on the financial literacy aspect. Then you got Devin Haney, a young up and coming fighter who is fighting for respect. Then you got Gervonta Davis. You got a whole bunch of them. You know, the point that I'm making is that when I look at these fighters, I'm always looking at them from what I've learned through reading Custom Model and his mental aspect. Like one of the things, like when me and Sheila be watching these fights, the first thing we'll say is that these fighters don't do what, baby? Move their head.
Yeah.
No head movement at all.
And they always have their hands down. It's like right here. Either they'll have it right here or they'll have them right here. I don't ever see anybody keeping their hands right here and just moving like this or just ducking. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
It's like every now and then, or if they're fighting, they'll go like this. And it's like their hands are like this, and then they're like this, and then they're going like this, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and so it just
you're supposed to protect yourself at all costs.
Yeah, all time, and that's what Custom Model said, and that's why he was, about that movement, the head movement, just you know what I mean. So that's what we like about Cuss, and a lot of people don't like the peekaboo style. Some people say that they know how to defeat the peekaboo style, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, to each his own, but that's what we're a fan of. We are disciples of this peekaboo boxing style. We believe that not only is it a good style, but we also internalize it from a mentality standpoint on how to deal with things that we face in life. So that's why Custom Model is so, I mean, man, he a blessed man. And you know what, baby? I was thinking about, like, okay, we only got a certain amount of time here on earth, right? Yeah. And I pray and hope that me and you can leave a legacy that people can read and study and do the same thing how we doing with Cuss that they'll do for us.
They will.
For real.
We will.
For real.
Yeah, so with Cuss, it's all really in the mind, how you think, and what your actions are going to be. And I like the fact of how he said if someone doesn't have fear, then he'll consider that person like a psychopath.
For real.
Because everybody's going to have some type of fear, because it's like fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, sometimes before a boxer gets into a ring, their heart might be beating pretty fast. Mm-hmm. And then in their mind, they might be thinking, well, did I train good enough? Did I do this? Did I do that? Should I have done it more? And those are probably always going to go through your mind. But like my husband said, just fighting through it and making sure that you do what you're supposed to do before the fight. And that's training. You're going to have to eat and sleep and eat and sleep and think boxing if that's what you're going to do, because it's a lifestyle. And when we had talked to Dunson, I like the fact when I asked him the question about as far as with his mental health, mm-hmm. and he said that some boxers will just be by themselves, like just within the camp or just training. They close themselves off from family and friends. Now, I can see a boxer doing that for a little while or from time to time, but just to be balanced. Like you can still, well, wait a minute now.
I'm different.
No. What I'm saying is, for some people, I get where he's coming from. What I'm saying is that, yes, a nice amount of your time is going to be at the gym, and we'll probably have a room or something where you're by yourself and you don't have any type of distractions, because you can get up and go do this, do that, and you have to be away from your family. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, a boxer needs to be refreshed while they're going through their training. So go see if you're married, your wife. Go see if you have a child, because the child or your children is going to brings anybody joy when you see them. Now, maybe the friends, I can kind of say, because it depends who are your friends. So certain things they're just going to have to cut out. They may have to cut family off sometimes. They may have to cut off friends because they can be a distraction. but you still have to let them see somebody instead of just being cooped up in a room. It's almost like a jail. Like you're just in the room, then you're going to the gym, you're outside, then you're coming back home, you're getting some sleep, maybe you're taking care of some business, and you're back at the gym. So that right there, yes, that has to be done. But then that boxer, that fighter needs a breath of fresh air.
That's true. That's true. I guess because I'm one of them type of people. Particularly, let's just say I'm gonna use who come to my spirit. God bless his soul, Marvin Hagler. Right? He cut everybody off.
Yeah.
He was focused.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like that. I cut if something's very important, and I know how distractions can just take you off your course, and sometimes you may lose that edge. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And it just depends on the
person.
person. You feel what I'm saying? Like me, I don't want to talk. You know how I live my life anyway. Like I don't really talk to
That's
nobody.
how I was when I was going to school. It was just where we were at, and then it was school, and then school back to where we were at, the library, the tutoring center. So some people are not
equipped.
Yeah, some people aren't like that.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah, so you have to be a little balanced, but at the same time, as the promoter, as the coach, as the trainer, everybody has to come to an understanding, because that's why with Cuz, he said before he would even let them fight, put gloves on, or get into the ring, he has to peel them a layer at a time to see who they are, where they at. So once we do that, that's when we all come to, we can discuss, other things as we're going along. But your main purpose is doing what you need to do, and that's what.
Just like when we went to Alabama and we brought all them kids, we really got to see who they were.
Yeah.
Away from their parents,
Yeah.
away from
the school.
Yeah. We really got to see who they really were. And I ain't trying to put nobody out there like that, but he's out of there though.
Okay.
We can't even go back like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And one of the things that we are implementing and emphasizing in the Stafford Boxing Club mentoring program is that we want these kids to be lawyers.
Lawyers or doctors.
Or some type of computer engineer. Because a lot of these degrees that people going to school for are going to be obsolete. And the reason why I say that is because AI, artificial intelligence, is going to wipe all them jobs away. So if you're not into like law, medical, or some type of technology, you know what I'm saying, you're really going to fall to the wayside. So we're encouraging our kids to be lawyers. And the other reason why we say lawyers is because lawyers, besides them making a very comfortable living, but lawyers have an opportunity to become judges. They have an opportunity to be in Congress, be in local government, to help shape laws, policies, et cetera, et cetera. That's why we are encouraging and grooming our kids to be lawyers. We want lawyers, man, for real, because at the end of the day, when it's time to get something done, whether it's business or, God forbid, it's some type of injury or whatever it may be, it always come back to law. And so we pushing these kids to be lawyers. Like the Stafford Boxing Club mentees, they're going to be lawyers, but they also, like my boy Keith said, they're going to be good people for real, because man, I'm telling you, man, what that boy told me, man, hold up, man. That boy said, man, and you see it today. Like you see a lot of people who done went off to college. Now, mind you, in this day and time, they don't understand that it was a price for you to have an opportunity to go to college. Because back in the day, everybody in the community had to pull their money together to send you off to school. Whereas today you can, be dishonest and write some stuff down on some paper, some form, and then you can get federal government, you can get student loans and all that other type stuff. Once upon a time, you couldn't get that. So it was a price for things to be changed. And so when this generation, my generation, have gone off to school and, they go off to have good careers and they make a lot of money, a lot of these people are nasty, bro. They just nasty. And they forget, like, hey, bro, it's a reason why you here or had an opportunity. It's a price that was paid. People put their lives down and they didn't get an opportunity to live, to see the manifestation of the hard work and the sacrifices that they put down so that you can walk through the front door and not have to come through the back door or be refused for any type of services. And, just like, we got judges now. We have judges now, African-American judges that are sitting in state, federal, magistrate, superior court all across the world. And I think sometimes they are not fair, man. They're not. I think they get caught up and they forget where they came from. They forget about the people who done paid the sacrifice. And you in that, seat to be honest and fair, and it brings me to a scripture in the Bible, man, where, these judgments that you make right now, you're going to have to stand before God and tell him why you made that particular ruling in that case when you knew that was the wrong thing to do. But sometimes people say that they take an oath. And I just don't believe, like, when people take oaths now, they don't uphold that oath. That oath don't mean anything. It's just something to say at that moment to cross over
It's
into that
like
position.
They had their fingers crossed, like when we were little
children. You crossing your fingers and all that.
Like this, but we pinky swear.
Yeah, just not being honest, man. And so, I personally, and some people may say I'm crazy, but you know what, man? I'm gonna say this to you. I done had some white people really come to my aid before some black folks did. Now I got a couple. Now I got about maybe Papa Crawford.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Earl.
And what about Burdell?
I'm gonna go with Burdell. Man, that.
That's all. Oh, and John Lewis.
God bless his soul.
Because he wrote you.
Yeah, he did.
The letter.
He did. And then as he invited me up to DC at his office. I was in his office, and it was an amazing experience. But we talking about living though.
Yeah, but you still had to honor.
I got to honor him for sure.
Yeah, you have to honor
him. Respectfully. But man, I done had some real good white folks to come to my aid when I really needed help, man. I'm gonna go down the line.
Ralph.
RCW. I'm gonna go to my boy JT. Out in
okay.
Out in
I had to think of. Yeah, I know. I don't even know, but it's far.
I forgot.
I don't know, but it's far.
Dr. Ben Bond.
Okay, I remember you.
Beth Bond.
You told me about that.
Attorney Jonathan.
Oh yeah.
Let me see, who else?
Oh, what about the guy in the Capitol? And he was like they had talked about him on the news, like he was racist or something, and that's when you were getting your resolution passed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was the one that you met in the elevator or something like that,
yeah.
but because he said to you, because of the way that you acted after they had said no the first time. So he Yeah.
Man, hold up, man. Hold up, man. Man, hold up. Man, you know who we got to put out there?
Who?
Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah. Hey, man. Look, when I tell you, man, now, this white woman named Sarah Welch, she's baby, she's been helping us for a long time.
Yeah, she's been helping us a lot.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Her donations.
Not only that, we ain't talking about that.
No, but I'm saying everything. Her donations.
No.
Her
don't talk about
work.
that. Don't talk about that. We talking about just the caliber person she is.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought we were going down the line of why we were even saying that.
Nah, because she really.
She's really been going out there. She's been going over.
Well, with Sarah, she really trying to demonstrate that I have a heart that's colorblind.
Okay, that's where you were going. Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she really do things out of kindness of her heart because she really do have a heart to serve. So, who else, man? It's a listen, ladies and gentlemen.
And I just want to say something else about Sarah. I really when you two talk, and I listen to both of you all, so I'm like going back and forth, like I'm watching a tennis match. And I really like Sarah because everything that she says, how she says it, the wisdom and the knowledge she has, I literally like listen. So like I'm listening to her, then I'm listening to you, and then I'm like, wow. And then just her presence, and then when we went to where she invited us at, where she was just able to go to people and just talk and things like that. So I've been learning some things from Sarah. So I'm watching you, Sarah. I really am.
Check this out. This right here. Graham and Eric.
Oh yes, yes.
Graham and
Facts. Because I'm telling you, Graham, when he reached out,
and Eric, man, they listen, man. They reached out to my wife, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, put a pause on that.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I've been fighting for an opportunity to enter into the U.S. plasma industry. Maybe, let me see. I started this journey back in 1997. Was it 97? No, 94.
No, I wasn't with you.
It was 94. And so I noticed that at these plasma centers, African Americans were the only people donating blood plasma. So I went to my supervisor and I said, are there any African Americans that own blood plasma? He's like, no. Now, mind you, these plasma centers are in predominantly African American communities. So I used to come in early. I used to read the manuals, study the CFR, Code Federal Regulation as it pertains to blood banks, plasma. I started off as a phlebotomist. I never did any type of phlebotomy work in my life until I got on the job training. So that's a skill set. But working as a phlebotomist, you know, you get to interact with the people and you really get to understand the business from a ground level because that's where all the action is. And so you got the machines and they do all the work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, just moving along in my journey, just kind of fast forward. So I go to these people, right? And I say, hey, listen, I've been able to identify a market where there is no plasma centers. I have the community support. I've been able to create a team because you got to have a team. I had a bank to provide 85% of the 5 million at that particular time that I needed to get it started. I had another 15% of that to be covered by some other angels investors. The only thing I needed was a plasma contract. So I signed a non-disclosure agreement with this company called Kedron. And what they did, man, was so foul. They signed a non-disclosure agreement because it was about us talking about a contract. But what happened when I disclosed my information to them about all the groundwork that I did, put the numbers in, everything, I didn't get no call back. So years went by. He didn't call me back, whatever. As soon as the non-disclosure agreement expired, then he take my information, put a plasma center in the same city in College Park in my hood, right? So I reach out to other people. man, I've been on this journey for over 25 years. And so I go to these people, they say no. I go to these people, they say no. They go say this, say no. Everybody say no. So, but at the end of the day, I'm inspired by Dr. Charles Drew. You know what I mean? And so I'm thinking about what he had to go through during that time of segregation and all this other type stuff. And I'm looking at myself, I'm like, hey man, I'm trying to not walk in his shoes, but you know what? Let me pick up the baton. So it's always a disparity when it comes to black and white in this country. And what I mean by that is that Elon Musk, he didn't go to college. He read a whole bunch of books. And he studied his behind off. I didn't go to college to start a business or anything like that, but I read a lot of books. Anybody that knows me knows that, man, this boy been in that library. He been in the law library. He been on the grind for a whole, man, ever since I known this boy. And I've been knowing a lot of people over 20 some years. They know that, man, I've been consistent. So then I'm like, man, let me file an antitrust lawsuit because they monopolizing the industry. So reach out to some lawyers. Nah, we ain't gonna do it. Nah, we ain't gonna do it. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to wait on some lawyer to say, okay, man, I'll take your case? No, I'm not gonna wait on nobody. I'm gonna go get it. So I'm going into the law libraries. I'm in the law library at the federal courthouse. I'm in the law library at Emory. I'm at the law library at Georgia State. I'm putting in work. I ain't trying to be no lawyer. I don't want to be no lawyer, but I got to fight for my dream, though. I got to fight for my vision. It's people that believe in me. It's people that look up to me. I got kids that look up to me. So now I'm going through this legal process. And it's like going up in front of these black judges, man. It's like, it's crazy. You know what? I'd rather get lynched by a white judge than a black judge, because it seems like our race, we don't want to see nobody shine. We don't. We don't want to see nobody shine, bro. You know what I'm saying? And particularly when the type of money that I'm trying to get. So now I go through the process one time. Judge Ross, she chopped and screwed me. Then I go before Judge Jones. Now, mind you, these are black judges. So I'm thinking that, man, come on, you know what I'm saying? Now, I understand you got to do your job. You can swore, whatever. But be fair, man. Be fair. Be fair, man. That's all I'm asking you. Be fair. And then so then I go up before Judge Amy Totenberg. At least when she dismissed it without prejudice, she at least said some kind things. But Judge Jones, Judge Ross, and now Judge, I'm just, I'm gonna let that come. My wife tell me don't say that but man, I'm just frustrated, man. I'm just frustrated with us, man. Us black folk, we our worst enemy. I can't say, yes, it's racism here in America. It is, but it's us that's doing the black on black crime, either in the streets. You know what I mean? You know what's crazy to me? I see all these guys now walking around with guns in their pants. I'm talking about big guns. I'm talking about sticks with extended clips. But you're not even walking around with no book, bruh. You're not even trying to do nothing with your life. And then, bruh, you'll rob someone like me or hurt me, but you won't take that. You won't take that to them other folks, them white folks. And then every time when you do something to a black person, and then when the law come get you, 12 come get you, how come you don't have that same type of energy, my boy? You feel what I'm saying? You hurt somebody look like me and you, but when it comes to the other folk, man, matter of fact, my boy, go and sign up and go to the military, bro. Go fight over there or something, bro. You want to do all that walking around with sticks, man? I'm talking about, bro, we in a food restaurant, and these boys walking in with guns. Man, I'm gone. I'm walking out. I don't even want to eat. I don't even want to buy nothing. Anytime I see these young cats walking in the store with guns, I'm walking out. I don't want to be around them. I don't. I don't want to be around them. You walk around, then next thing you know, when you go up in front of that judge and he about to give you months, not years, months. Federal is months. And then when you're in the superior court, they giving you alphabet number, life. Then you crying, talking about, you know what I'm saying, had leniency on me, bro. That's cap, bro. And man, I'm getting tired of us killing each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you got these little kids out here, they looking up to this foolishness, man, thinking this all this crap on TikTok. It's you get so much on TikTok doing crazy stuff than you do talking about stuff that's gonna empower folks. If you talk about empowering folks on any type of social media, it's like, bro, you get you get banned.
Mm-hmm.
You get banned.
Mm-hmm.
You get banned. But man, I believe in God though. I pray, I read my Bible, I study, and I don't even broadcast that stuff. I want my character, I want my lifestyle to be a reflection of what I stand on. I'm not one of these type of people out here trying to finesse people or anything. Me and my wife really out here trying to help these kids, man. And it's sad that you don't get support from your own community. It's like this here. When you struggling, they be like, oh man, I help you out, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as they see you making some progress and you doing some big things, and then, oh, I ain't helping that Negro. I almost said the other word. I'm tired of y'all, man. Y'all a bunch of cap, bro. I mean that, bro. It's a few black folks out here that's some good folks. You feel me? I ain't gonna say it ain't no good black folks. But the majority of us, we need to get our stuff together because, man, it's another wave about to come through. Another pandemic about to come through. We're not teaching these kids how to be self-sufficient. Only thing we teaching these kids how to be is unproductive citizens. Who are our black leaders in the community? We got leaders in the church talking about growing marijuana. Who are our leaders? We got these relationship gurus, but they ain't even married. You got male and female relationship gurus, and they ain't even married, man. And you giving out information, but what does your fruit, what does your lifestyle, how can you be an expert on that? The only thing that's different between me and Elon Musk is that he's white and I'm black. And what I mean by that is I got all my information, all my knowledge from reading books, just like he did. It's the only difference. I know about this plasma industry like the back of my hand. I've been at it too long. It's the only thing they come out with is new software, new equipment. You know, they might change some new procedures because of the COVID and some other type stuff. And they went from manual paperwork to electronic, you know what I mean? But man, I'm coming, bro. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you guys, bro. I'm not gonna quit. Even if this appeal don't work, I'm still coming from you. I'm coming from you, man. Listen, I'm the type of man, Lord Jesus help me. I'm the type of man that will give up my life for something that I truly believe in. My wife will tell you, she already know. The word of God, I give up my life for it. I won't even think twice about it. The vision that God placed in me, I don't think twice. Would I think twice about it, baby?
No.
I'm not one of these fair weathered Christians, all that most of these Christians out here is cap to me. See, my upbringing is I used to be a Muslim. I'm getting there. I used to be a Muslim. And so by me being a Muslim, I have like a different mindset about studying and how I view God. The Muslims say Allah, but me being a Christian, a born again Christian, like, bro, I'm so serious about the gospel, bro. Like, I give my life for it, and I want my life to be a reflection of what I really believe in. And we need to tighten up, man. We really do, man, because it's getting out of hand. It's been out of hand. I don't know. I'm tired of these girls walking around with their pants on their butts, bro. I'm tired of these dudes walking around with their pants on their butt, bro. That's not what our ancestors was. They wasn't about that, bro. Like, I'm sorry, man. I just had to get that out of my chest, man.
So I'm going to talk about just two things from Cuss, and then I'm going to move on to something else. So Cuss also spoke about having tunnel vision, which is real good, and that's what I had told one of our mentees. So just having the tunnel vision, and then the concrete that you want to say, which is going to have those distractions not being able to come through. And you're just looking at what it is that you have to do, your end goal, completing tasks, of course, one at a time. He talked about that with the fighters, as well as learning and still developing, because in life, we're always going to be learning and developing just to be better. And we don't know everything, so that's something that a fighter definitely has to go through. Now, if you want to talk about the discipline when it comes to the training can be rigorous. So you can boxers do like the HIIT training. They do the interval training, which is real good. I'm trying to get back on the interval training, because when you do intervals, you don't have to spend that hour on the treadmill, because you can be running as fast as you can at a high speed. And then for 30 seconds, you're not walking or going slow, but it's just a steady pace. And then you're going fast again. So you can do that, like start off with like 3 sets, then move up to 4 sets or 5 set interval training.
I know you're talking about what you were talking about doing with the
row. With the row and doing the burpees. Oh my gosh, I got to try to get into those burpees, but the burpees help out a lot
too. Boy.
So
remember when we used to do the burpees over there at
Samson's?
Yeah, I mean when we used to go around the parking lot at Samson's.
Oh yeah, we did that, and that's when I used to run on the pavement. But running on the pavement, where they say getting road work, that is actually the best thing, one of the best things for the fighters to do, because that makes their lungs a lot stronger, so they'll be able to and they'll be able to last longer in the ring, because a lot of times you see fighters, it's almost like they're fatigued like about the third, fourth, fifth round, and then by the 6th round they might end up getting like a little bit of some energy, and then maybe the 7th round, but then the 8th, 9th, and all the way through, it's like, man, I'm tired with that. Also, the education that they say, which is competing at the amateur level first before you get to the professional level, but the Golden Gloves too is a great opportunity, because that gives those that have been in the Golden Gloves like some international exposure, and also being able to sign up with the promoters. So pretty much in a nutshell, it's just your mind, it's your way of thinking, it's your discipline, it's your passion. Because when you have passion for something, it doesn't just fade away. Now, so I was reading or I was listening to somebody that was talking about passion, or was it something about Robert Greene? I read, and he was talking about how you can have passion, but then it's like you get stagnated. Was that today kind of what he was saying? It wasn't in those same words, like you have passion, but it's like you can be doing something that you want to do, like when he was with Mastery, but it was like he would hit a plateau. That's what it was, and like you hit a plateau. So
that's why he said it's a marathon.
Yeah. So that's even when it comes to boxing. And let me tell you something, when we had went up to Georgia State and I put on the gloves and I was hitting those pads with the coach, boy, boxing is on, let me tell you all something, boxing is on a whole nother level. Because when you are hitting the bag, especially when you are hitting the mitts,
That's different.
It's totally different because it's like you're using everything you have, your body, your feet, your calves, your shins, your legs, your quads, especially your abs, and then your erector spinae, because the erector spinae is the opposing muscle of your abs as well as your quads and your hamstrings. And when I would, boy, I ain't even gonna lie, because it had been a minute, because I used to do the boxing and I used to do the kickboxing, and it had been a minute. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I was giving it my all. I know it is. No, we're gonna show our water in a minute. You also have to make sure that you are licensed in your state through the athletic commission of your state. So please make sure you have your license. And I do believe that you are going to have to make sure that you go see the doctor and make sure that you're okay and take your drug tests and all that other good stuff. And I'm not going to really bore you all with that. Oh, and when the fighter is training with the coach plays a big part, because the coach can see certain issues that you are having and what you need to work on. And also when you do your mid work, it's like the question and the answer. So when you're doing your mid work, the question is, because a lot of times, even though you may see your trainer go like this, but then of course they're going to be moving around, like they can do anything. So that's the question, because that's your opponent. So your answer is what you're going to give back to when you're doing your mid work. And I looked that up, and I didn't even realize just how they put it. It totally makes sense too.
So I'm just listening to you, and I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with your homework and your research. Like every time you come on this podcast, you always be prepared.
And also, boxers should be doing a lot of film study too. Like I think all athletes pretty much, well, whether it's basketball, football, even tennis, whoever your opponent is, you have to do a lot of studying in the film.
Do homework, my boy.
Yeah, so that's very important. So that's a big part of it too. But also keeping yourself just being clear-minded and your health and your wellness, because your health.
Stay away from the drugs and alcohol.
Your health is your wealth. And you know what I've been noticing too, just real quick? It's been a lot of athletes where they've been given the opportunity and they're playing or they're fighting and they're doing what they're doing. And then all of a sudden you all want to start doing unnecessary things, like showing guns on IG and
crazy, man.
Now drinking too much alcohol and smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, putting your hands on somebody, putting your hands on females. And being a boxer, really your hands should be registered. That's why you have to go through the state athletic commission, because your hands is considered a deadly weapon. So all that is just you just got to get yourself together. And like I said, I think a lot of people don't take seriously
the opportunities
that they are given. But also it's all in the mind. Like when I was reading those books, The Battlefield of the Mind.
What?
And then when I was going through what I was going through, and that's what a lot of boxers need to really start thinking about. What are you thinking? First of all, what are you watching? Who are you around? Who are you listening to? What are you even telling yourself? With your coaches and your trainer, are you all compatible?
Man, for real. And baby, can I just say one last thing?
Yeah.
So with Cuss, the other thing about Cuss the model that I really love about him was that he stood up against the mafia. And in that day and time, the mafia pretty much ran boxing.
Oh, yeah.
And cuz he stood up against the mafia, do you know how man, look, man, because of him,
he stopped the monopoly.
He stopped the monopoly going on in the boxing. I don't really think you understand how significant that is to me. To see someone have the courage to go up against an entity like that and win.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold up, baby. Let me see. They can see the RX water. Let me see a little bit. RX water.
So as you all know, that the Stafford Boxing,
we got eight
we
ounces
are the
right
official distributor
of
RX water in the state of Georgia.
In the state of Georgia.
So let me tell you all
Tap
real
in
quick.
with your folks.
Let me tell you all real quick. So if you're having a party, if you're having a barbecue, a children's party, any type of party, whatever function or activities that you all are planning to
sell it then, Sheila.
Get in contact with us. We have the premium water. RX is premium.
Pushing P.
As I said, this water is very light. There is no taste to it.
That's good.
It has electrolytes in it as well. So we have that much needed energy, because this is not just good for those who work out. It's actually great. But this is for everybody, because everybody is busy doing something. Somebody is always on the move. It seems like nobody is sitting still.
Nah, they on the go.
Even if you're on the computer in a cubicle, or if you work at home, we know you're just not sitting at that computer. You're doing so many other, especially shout out to the mothers as well. The mothers and the dads, the stay-at-home moms. This is exactly what you all need, and it's also vegan free.
Well, you selling
Well,
it,
it's not vegan free. I'm sorry, it's vegan.
Vegan, yeah.
It's vegan. I'm sorry, and it's no sodium in it.
Yeah, vegan.
Yeah, it's vegan. I told you.
Yeah, gluten
because
free.
A lot of
Oh, also, this is the official water of the WBC and the USA Boxing, and is endorsed by the Urology
Institute.
Yes.
And also the International Boxing Hall of Fame. So when
it's
you're
medical grade hydration.
So when you're thirsty, you drink RX water. When you're having a party and a get together, drink RX water. When you're having a barbecue, drink RX water. And to those that have their own businesses, whether it's some type of corporation, or if you're in the food industry,
nonprofit,
and also those that have fitness clubs and the boxing clubs, this is perfect.
Yeah. Now this bottle here is a limited edition. It's the Method Man. That's why it looks so nice. But
and this is the is this the 16 ounce?
Yeah, it's 16 ounce.
And you have the 23 ounce.
23 ounce.
And then the small one is the 8 ounce. And that's actually, let me tell you, that's actually great for the younger kids. Because it's easy. Let me see how get the bottle. And the reason why I say that is because
County be coming.
It's easy to hold. Yeah. And you all will be around watching them drink the water, and we know we need the kids to drink.
Yeah, we need,
And this is also for those that are having a hard time drinking water, and you keep on saying to yourself, I have to drink water, or I have to drink more water. Well, I can tell you, RX water is that water to get you on your drinking water journey.
For real.
No cap.
No cappuccino.
As my husband would say.
No cappuccino.
So drink RX.
For real.
And how can they get in contact with us?
Yeah, you can get in contact with us via email at staffordboxingenterprises@gmail.com.
But you had given another one before. Last week.
Or you can contact us at staffordboxing at Talkin Fight. That's TalkinFight.com.
Yes.
Well, you sure is selling it. Hey man, look, man, you see how my wife's
Because
selling it.
this will start everybody who is considering going on their health journey. And that's actually a great start to
It's
start
medical
with.
grade.
To start with RX water.
It flushes
And
out
those
the
that
toxins.
are already on their health and wellness and fitness journey, you can just add on RX water to it.
For real. It's endorsed.
And we're coming to see you all in the state of Georgia.
We coming.
So just be prepared.
Yep, we coming. Publix. We coming. Yeah. We finna, hey boy, look. Boy, look, we got a map. We got some stores we finna hit. We finna be on the grustle, the grind and the hustle. Hey baby.
Yes.
For real, you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for tuning in to the Stafford Boxing Report.
Let me tell them how they can contact us too, or just go on our social media platforms. So we have Twitter, we have Snapchat, TikTok, we do have LinkedIn, that's my personal, and we have the Instagram. And we also have Facebook. And we do have on Facebook the Stafford Boxing Report Facebook page, as long with the Stafford Boxing Club.
Oh, baby, listen, you didn't even tell them the name. You just said
no. Well, I just said the Stafford Boxing Club. I just said it. So the Stafford Boxing Club Twitter, the Stafford Boxing Club Snapchat, the Stafford Boxing Club TikTok, the Stafford Boxing Club Facebook page, and the Stafford Boxing Report Facebook page, and the Stafford Boxing Club Instagram.
And you can reach her on Instagram at I am Stafford Boxing.
Right. That or LinkedIn, Sheila D. Stafford, or Facebook, Sheila D. Stafford. Did you want to do yours?
Nah, get into contact with her because, hey, she the boss lady. So I'm working for her. I'm behind the scenes. Whatever she tell me that needs to be done, you know, I get it done. So my wife is the forefront. I'm just on the passenger side, but she's in the driver's seat being led by God. You feel me? So we appreciate all the support, and we will continue to provide premium services through our podcast, and we will continue to advertise the RX water because it is a great water. I actually drunk. I'm pretty much done with this. I mean, it's like a second bottle of drinking it, so it's real good. It's light, and I'm not just saying because we are the distributor, but it's, you know, I've tasted a lot of alkaline waters.
Yeah, we can't put our name on something that we don't believe in. So believe us. If we don't believe in it, or we don't think it's good, then we definitely would not put our name on it.
Very good. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I guess we're done today. Drink RX water in Stafford. Well, you say it, my fault.
Which one you want me to say?
Well, you always say the Stafford Boxing. I was about to say it. I said drink RX water, and then I was about to say Stafford Boxing, but you're the one that says Stafford Boxing, and then I say the making of champions.
All right, so look. So you say drink RX water.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Drink RX water.
Stafford Boxing.
The making of champions.
No cap.